There was a time not so long ago when the name of a luxury brand whispered promises of unparalleled quality, timeless elegance, and an exclusive world few could enter. We bought into the dream, did we not? We saved, we aspired, we believed that owning a piece of that world would elevate us, connect us to a legacy of craftsmanship and prestige. But what happens when that whisper turns into a hollow echo? What happens when the very foundations of that trust begin to crumble, revealing not artistry, but artifice? Today, we are revealing a truth that is shaking the very pillars of high fashion and opulent living. We are talking about the silent, yet seismic shift happening right now, the rapid closure of stores by once unassailable luxury brands worldwide. This is not just about economic downturns or changing retail habits. This is a story of brand deception, of promises broken, and the profound disillusionment of consumers who once believed in the magic. For years, many of these titans of taste have been selling an illusion, diluting their heritage, compromising on quality, and chasing fleeting trends, all while charging exorbitant prices. The value you thought you were getting? Often, it was a mirage. In this video, we are counting down 15 luxury brands that are now paying the ultimate price for this betrayal, shutting down their physical outposts at an alarming rate. You will discover the specific missteps, the hidden truths, and why the discerning consumer of today is no longer falling for the old tricks. This is not just a list, it is a cautionary tale, a deep dive into the changing landscape of luxury, and a testament to the power of authenticity in an increasingly transparent world. Get ready to see the true cost of brand deception. Coming in at number 15, we have Brooks Brothers. For over 2 centuries, this name was synonymous with American preppy style, dressing presidents, and titans of industry. Their iconic button-down shirt was a staple, a symbol of understated quality and enduring tradition. But somewhere along the way, the thread began to unravel. The deception, promising heritage, delivering mass market. As they chased wider appeal, quality dipped, production moved overseas, and the distinctiveness that defined them faded into a sea of generic menswear. The once revered brand became a shadow of its former self, leading to a devastating bankruptcy filing in 2020 and the closure of over 50 stores, including their flagship Madison Avenue location, a stark reminder that even the oldest institutions can lose their way when they compromise their core identity for fleeting trends. At number 14, we find J.Crew. Once the darling of the preppy chic movement, a brand that curated an aspirational yet attainable lifestyle, J.Crew was where you went for that perfect cashmere sweater or a well-tailored blazer. Their catalogs were legendary, inspiring entire wardrobes, but their deception was a slow burn, an identity crisis coupled with a relentless cycle of discounting. They tried to be everything to everyone, losing their distinct voice. Quality became inconsistent, and the thrill of a new arrival was quickly overshadowed by the expectation of a 40% off sale just weeks later. This erosion of perceived value, combined with massive debt, led to their own bankruptcy in 2020, shuttering dozens of stores and leaving a generation of shoppers wondering where their beloved brand had gone. Number 13 on our list is Victoria's Secret. For decades, this brand dominated the lingerie market, selling a fantasy of supermodels and elaborate fashion shows. It was an empire built on a very specific, often unattainable ideal of beauty. The deception here was profound, promising empowerment through a narrow, exclusionary lens. As the world embraced body positivity and inclusivity, Victoria's Secret clung to its outdated vision, alienating a vast and growing segment of women who simply did not see themselves reflected in the brand's messaging. Their refusal to adapt, their tone-deaf marketing campaigns, and the controversy surrounding their leadership led to a dramatic fall from grace. Hundreds of stores have closed globally, their iconic fashion show was canceled, and the brand is now desperately trying to reinvent itself. A painful lesson in what happens when a brand prioritizes an outdated fantasy over the evolving reality of its customers. Next up, at number 12, is Michael Kors. This brand exploded onto the scene, democratizing luxury with its accessible luxury handbags and watches. For a time, owning a Michael Kors bag was a status symbol, a first step into the world of high fashion for many. But their deception was in the sheer scale of their ambition, rapid, aggressive expansion that led to market saturation. Their products, once coveted, became ubiquitous, found in every department store, every outlet mall, often heavily discounted. The exclusivity, the very essence of luxury, evaporated. When a brand is everywhere, it loses its specialness. This overexposure led to a significant decline in brand perception and sales, forcing the closure of over 100 stores globally as they attempt to re-elevate their image and regain some of that lost allure. At number 11, we have Ralph Lauren. Another pillar of American luxury, Ralph Lauren built an empire on the dream of an aspirational, waspy lifestyle. From polo shirts to tailored suits, the brand sold a vision of timeless elegance and classic American style. Their deception, much like Michael Kors, was in the dilution of that dream. The brand expanded into countless sub-labels, from Polo Ralph Lauren to Lauren by Ralph Lauren, Chaps, and more, each targeting a different price point. While this initially broadened their reach, it ultimately confused consumers and diluted the core luxury message. When you can buy a Ralph Lauren item at a high-end boutique and then find a similar-looking one at a discount retailer, the magic is lost. This strategy led to a loss of prestige, forcing the closure of flagship stores and a significant restructuring as the brand attempts to consolidate its image and reclaim its luxury standing. Number 10 brings us to Barneys New York. While not a brand in itself, Barneys was a legendary luxury department store, a temple of high fashion that curated the most exclusive designers and offered an unparalleled shopping experience. Its collapse is a stark indicator of the broader struggles within the luxury retail ecosystem. The deception here was perhaps less about the brands it carried and more about the promise of an unsustainable retail model. In an era of online shopping and direct-to-consumer brands, Barneys struggled to justify its exorbitant overheads and lavish physical spaces. Despite its iconic status and loyal clientele, it could not adapt quickly enough, eventually filing for bankruptcy in 2019 and closing all its remaining stores. Its demise sent shockwaves through the industry, proving that even the most revered luxury institutions are not immune to the harsh realities of a changing market. At number 9, we look at Roberto Cavalli. The Italian fashion house was once a byword for opulent glamour, known for its flamboyant animal prints, daring cuts, and a rock and roll sensibility that attracted celebrities and jet-setters. The deception here was a failure to evolve creatively while maintaining relevance. After the founder, Roberto Cavalli, stepped away, the brand struggled with a revolving door of creative directors, each failing to capture the original magic or forge a new, compelling identity. Collections became repetitive or worse, uninspired, losing their edge in a rapidly moving fashion landscape. Without a clear vision and consistent execution, the brand lost its allure, leading to significant financial troubles, a restructuring, and the closure of numerous boutiques worldwide. A sad end for a label that once defined a certain kind of audacious luxury. Number 8 on our list is Escada. This German luxury brand, founded in the 1970s, was a powerhouse in the 80s and 90s, known for its vibrant colors, bold patterns, and sophisticated tailoring that appealed to powerful women. It was a symbol of confident European luxury. The deception was a slow slide into irrelevance. As fashion trends shifted towards minimalism and a more understated aesthetic, Escada clung to its maximalist roots, failing to modernize its designs or appeal to a younger generation of luxury consumers. They became perceived as dated, losing their competitive edge against newer, more agile brands. Despite attempts at revitalization, the brand struggled to regain its footing, leading to multiple bankruptcies and the closure of a significant portion of its global retail footprint, a cautionary tale of what happens when a brand fails to adapt its aesthetic to contemporary tastes. Coming in at number 7, we have Bally. This Swiss luxury brand boasts a rich heritage dating back to 1851, renowned for its exquisite leather goods, particularly shoes and accessories. It was a brand built on understated quality and meticulous craftsmanship. The deception, in Bally's case, was an inconsistent brand strategy and a failure to effectively communicate its unique value proposition in a crowded market. While other luxury brands embraced aggressive marketing and celebrity endorsements, Bally often remained too quiet, too traditional. They struggled to compete with the flashier, more trend-driven brands that captured consumer attention. Despite its undeniable quality, the brand failed to resonate with a new generation, leading to financial difficulties, changes in ownership, and the closure of numerous stores as it attempts to redefine its place in the luxury landscape. At number 6, we find Gieves Hawkes. A name synonymous with bespoke British tailoring, this Savile Row institution has dressed royalty, military heroes, and discerning gentlemen for over 250 years. It represented the pinnacle of sartorial tradition. The deception here was the struggle to maintain its ultra-exclusive, high-cost model in a world where even luxury consumers are seeking more accessible options or a different kind of experience. While the heritage was impeccable, the brand faced immense pressure from changing consumer habits, the rise of online custom tailoring, and the sheer cost of maintaining a bespoke operation. Despite its storied past, the brand faced severe financial distress, leading to administration and the closure of its iconic Savile Row flagship store, a heartbreaking moment for those who cherished its legacy and a stark reminder that even the most revered traditions must find a way to adapt to modern realities. Number 5 on our list is Swarovski. The Austrian crystal empire built its reputation on dazzling sparkle, intricate designs, and making luxury accessible through its glittering jewelry, figurines, and home decor. For many, a Swarovski piece was a cherished gift, a symbol of elegance. The deception, however, lay in the blurring lines between luxury and mass market. As Swarovski expanded aggressively, opening countless boutiques and selling through numerous retailers, the exclusivity of its crystal creations began to wane. It faced increasing competition from both fine jewelry brands and more affordable fashion jewelry, positioning itself in an awkward middle ground. When crystal became ubiquitous, the perceived value diminished. This oversaturation, combined with a lack of clear differentiation, led to a significant restructuring, including the closure of hundreds of stores globally, as the brand attempts to re-elevate its image and focus on higher-end pieces. At number 4, we have Neiman Marcus. Another grand dame of American luxury retail, Neiman Marcus was known for its opulent stores, impeccable service, and a curated selection of the world's most coveted fashion and accessories. It promised an unparalleled luxury shopping experience. The deception, similar to Barneys, was the inability to pivot its business model fast enough. Burdened by massive debt from private equity buyouts and slow to adapt to the digital revolution, Neiman Marcus struggled to justify its lavish physical footprint. While the in-store experience was often sublime, the convenience and pricing of online competitors proved too powerful. The brand filed for bankruptcy in 2020, closing several key stores and undergoing a painful restructuring. Its story highlights the fragility of traditional luxury retail when it fails to innovate and connect with a new generation of shoppers who prioritize convenience and digital engagement. Number 3 brings us to Coach, now part of Tapestry, Incorporated. For years, Coach was the quintessential, accessible luxury handbag brand, a gateway into designer fashion for millions. Their leather goods were durable, stylish, and aspirational. The deception, much like Michael Kors, was the relentless pursuit of growth through brand dilution. Coach expanded aggressively into outlet malls, offering heavily discounted versions of its products, often with slightly different designs. While this boosted sales in the short term, it severely damaged the brand's luxury perception. When a luxury item is constantly on sale and easily accessible at a fraction of its original price, it loses its cachet. Consumers began to question the value and exclusivity. This led to a significant backlash and a period of decline, forcing the brand to close numerous full-price stores and embark on a difficult journey to re-establish its premium image, a process that is still ongoing. At number 2, we find Guess. Once a symbol of edgy, sexy American fashion, Guess jeans and campaigns featuring supermodels like Claudia Schiffer and Anna Nicole Smith defined a generation's style. It was a brand that exuded a certain kind of cool and aspirational glamour. The deception was a failure to evolve its aesthetic and a reliance on outdated marketing strategies. As fashion moved towards more diverse and inclusive representations of beauty, Guess often clung to a singular, often controversial vision. Their designs became less distinctive, and the brand became over-reliant on discounting, further eroding its luxury appeal. The cool factor that once defined them evaporated, leaving the brand struggling to connect with contemporary consumers. This led to a significant decline in sales and the closure of numerous stores globally, a stark reminder that even the most iconic brands can lose their relevance if they do not adapt to changing cultural values. And finally, at number 1, the brand that perhaps best encapsulates the ultimate cost of brand deception, Forever 21. While not traditionally considered luxury in the high fashion sense, Forever 21 positioned itself as offering trendy, aspirational styles that mimicked high-end fashion at incredibly low prices. Their deception was in the unsustainable model of fast fashion itself, promising endless newness and affordability at the expense of quality, ethical production, and environmental responsibility. They sold the illusion of luxury trends without any of the substance. This relentless churn, coupled with massive debt, a failure to adapt to online competition, and a growing consumer awareness of the environmental and social costs of fast fashion, led to their spectacular downfall. The brand filed for bankruptcy in 2019, closing hundreds of stores and becoming a symbol of the unsustainable practices that ultimately betray both consumers and the planet. Their story is a powerful testament to the fact that deception in any form eventually catches up, and the true luxury today is authenticity and sustainability. The stories of these 15 brands are more than just financial reports. They are a narrative of broken trust, of dreams sold and then shattered. From heritage brands diluting their legacy to fast fashion giants promising the moon for pennies, the common thread is a disconnect between the brand's promise and its reality. Consumers today are savvier, more informed, and demand authenticity above all else. They are no longer content to simply buy a name. They want value, quality, and a brand that aligns with their values. The rapid closure of these stores is not just a retail trend, it is a revolution in consumer consciousness, a powerful message that deception, in the long run, will always lead to downfall. The era of blind brand loyalty is over. What remains is a landscape where only the truly authentic, the truly innovative, and the truly ethical will survive. So, what do you think about this seismic shift in the luxury market? Have you personally felt let down by a brand you once loved? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Your insights are invaluable. If this deep dive into the true cost of brand deception resonated with you, please give this video a like, subscribe to our channel for more compelling stories and analyses, and share it with anyone who needs to hear this message. Let us continue to uncover the truth behind the glamour together.